Alright, today this is going to be a real quick video and I'm going to show you it's something I already talked about briefly, but this is a more real life example of getting into a doorway when there's a little bump or any other situation like this where there's a bump and it could be bigger, it could be smaller. You're just going to have to gauge on your ability to do it. So when you're going in, what you're going to want to do is of course pop a wheelie and then you're going to use the door frame to pull yourself through, and I'm going to demonstrate that here. And one thing to note, I don't have my seatbelt on, not tightened, but you may want to, because if you pull the door frame and if you're pulling so hard, you might just pull yourself out of the wheelchair and the wheelchair is going to stay there. In this scenario, the bump isn't so big so that I don't have to put my seatbelt on, but you may have to if the bump is larger. Pop up, there you go. And so now, in the case of going down bumps, so this is a bit of a dangerous one because if you get your front wheels down far, then your chair is tipped forward, which higher risk of you falling out forward. If you have your seatbelt on, that's great, you still might tip forward. So when you're doing this, you can go forward, you just will have to make sure you kind of lean back and go very slow and make sure that you're controlled, and also make sure that you have a plan B just in case you start to slip out of your chair. Make sure you know your surroundings so you can grab out. And in the case of a bigger bump, this is what I recommend, is going backwards. And you can have someone help you, and what you can do is you can just tell them kind of just push back on the wheelchair and control it, let it fall back slowly versus a heavier fall when it's a bigger bump. But for a smaller bump, it's just that easy. That's it.